So as a Belgian website, I have to ask you, one of the songwriters of Tout l'univers is Nina Sampermans, a Belgian.
Yeah.
How is working with her?
It was a pleasure to work with her because she's really talented, and she really found the idea of ground zero. She told me about ground zero, and I like that expression so much, and we don't have it in French, so that's why I wanted to develop that idea and to create Tout l'univers. Yeah, I mean, she's a really talented artist, and so it was a pleasure to work with her and with Water, because we had a really strong connection. And actually, I think she's normally, I mean, she's usually working with Water, so they knew each other. And But I was super cool. I was super happy that that connection between us was really quickly and easy, and
So Nina was the one who came up with the lyrics of the song in English at first.
with the idea of, I mean, with the main theme. She told me
Yeah,
about ground zero, and I was like, what is ground zero? Because in French it doesn't exist. And
yeah.
so I really wanted to know what it was, and then when I understood, I thought we could build something around that expression. And then, yeah, of course, it was really cool because she had really good ideas. And like, I mean, yeah, they are both really talented, and it was a pleasure to work with them because, like, they are really, really strong. Strong. I mean, how can I say that? They're, yeah, I said it. And they are really talented, but also they are also really cool people, to
Mm.
work with, and that's really important too.
So you didn't know them before,
No,
and it
I
was
met.
your team who invited them, or?
Yeah, actually, so my delegation had to organize like some songwriting camps, and they choose to. I mean, they asked me who I wanted to work, and we had like we invited Water, and Water said, I would like to come with one of my friend, and I said, of course, yeah. And so he invited also Nina, because I didn't know Nina, and I don't think that my delegation knew her too. So yeah.
And you mentioned Wouter, he wrote Arcade as well. Was that song a reason for you to wanting to work with him?
Not really. I mean, the thing is, like, we needed to work with several producers, and of course, I saw that he did Arcade, and I was like, oh, really cool. But then it wasn't really on the discussion, because when I wanted to make my songs, um, I had completely different references, and also, like, I was thinking about other artists, so we didn't really speak about Arcade. But of course, I mean. You can see, for example, with what happens with Arcade, that he's a really talented person, and
Yeah.
it was a pleasure to work with him. And he's really, he's really perfectionist. Like, he likes to have everything at its place. Like, for example, he recorded the piano three or no, I think four times, and, like, like, it was like really important to have really everything to be perfect. And also, I'm like this. I mean, I recorded my voice more than 92 times, so we have a good
Oh.
version. So yeah, I mean, it's really important for me, like, to have that kind of motivation inside, and they have it. So that was a pleasure to work with them. And also, yeah, I met them. First time I met them, it was at that first camp we did. That's a songwriting camp we did, organized by my delegation.
So you recorded the verse 92 times.
Yeah, I recorded, like, the song a lot of times. I mean, a lot of voices, just to be sure that we have the right voice. And also, at the beginning, the song was in English, so we also recorded in English first. But then, when we when I wanted to translate the lyric, because I also wanted to be more strong in my interpretation, I spoke with Xavier from Alios. So it's the one with who I wrote Répondez-moi. and I wanted to have him here and to make that translation together so we can keep the same energy and the same writing brand from last year and
Mm.
this year, you know.
Yeah, I understand. But that's almost more perfectionist than Alex Gaillet from Hooverphonic. I think he recorded about 30 mixes uh, of the wrong place. So you have beaten him already 92 times. That
No, but that's quite normal. I mean, it's normal. Honestly, I think it's a normal process because when you want to do music, you just I mean, when it's recorded for me personally, when it's recorded, it's super important because it's gonna be forever. Then when it's alive, you can do whatever you want, but when it's recorded, it's like how do you want to show your music? I mean, it's not like it has to be the most important thing of your life, but it's just like for me it's just really really important to stay honest with yourself, and if you want something special, let's do that something special because it's going to be recorded, and you're not going to change it then.
yeah, and it's for Eurovision, so it has to be
Yeah.
special and perfect. Um, because one of the songwriters of your song is the same as for Arcades. Wouter, we already mentioned him. A lot of people, or quite some people, compare the sound of your song to Arcade. And if we look at recent years, countries, I don't want to discourage you, but countries who send a song that sounds a bit similar to the previous winner often don't win. We get a complete different winner the year after.
Hmm.
What's your vision on that?
So, I mean, of course, it has similarities. That's normal because I mean, the person who worked on the song is the same person, and I will just try to make my job. I will just sing on stage, and if I don't win, I don't win, and that's not like I'm not gonna die.
Mm,
I just want to touch people and to stay authentic, and that's what I try to do with this song. So yeah, that's the only thing I can say. I didn't
mm,
try to make a song like, I mean, I didn't try to make a song like Duncan songs, but it happens. I mean, people will compare us just because, for example, I have curly hair and he too, and like, people will find always comparison, but I mean, and they have the right to find that. No worries, no problem, okay. But it's just like, that's how can you say that? I mean, what you're asking me, it's not like a real question. It's like if you are making a homework now, and if you are making a homework with your friend, your professor will say, "Hey, your two homeworks looks really the same." Of course, because I worked. I mean, I worked in it, so
yeah,
it means like you worked in it. So you can see that water has a certain brand. That's cool and special, but then I think that our songs To l'univers and Arcade are really quite different, but then it's more something subtle that everyone maybe cannot really understand that.
mm,
So because also when I'm speaking about like songs, people are like, yeah, there is up tempo and ballad, and that's not like that. I mean, in life, that's not like that because you have songs that you cannot dance on it, but it's not up tempo songs. So
mm.
I mean that they are not ballad. That's really sad to make those kind of generalities and to make everything like shorter and shorter and to cut every explanation. But yeah, I mean, I'm happy
Yeah,
that people.
but
I mean, uh, you're right. There are similarities, but I'm happy that to see that people still like my song and put me 2 times favorite. So that maybe
yeah,
that they like what I'm doing.
yeah. It seems so. You're third favorite with the bookmakers, so you have a big chance of bringing the contest back to Switzerland. What does it do to a human being or to an artist to be able to become only the third Swiss winner? Surprisingly, there weren't more after icons Liz Assia and Celine Dion.
Pff, I mean, it would be an honor and it would be a pleasure if I win, of course. Then I'm not asking so much more questions. I mean, I mean, it's an honor. Then I will just do my stuff. I will just do my project, and we will see if everything will go great or not.
Mm.
But I don't have a special pressure because we are completely different. I mean, uh, I cannot expect to have the career of Celine Dion because, she had an incredible career that doesn't happen to a lot of people. So I cannot wish that because it's too big for me. But I hope I will have a little bit of that.
Yeah, you can only try. If
Yeah,
you have
exactly.
a career only 25% like hers, I think it's already big.
Exactly.
And the other songs that were written in the songwriting camp, will we ever hear them? Or
I think yes, of some of them, but not all. Definitely not all. But yes, some of them, of course. I think so.
okay, we will keep an eye on it if you
Nice.
publish them one day.
Yeah.
Um, so the contest in Rotterdam is a bit different now. You will have to stay in quarantine all time in the hotel except for the official events.
Hmm.
Do you already know what you will be doing? Have you prepared? You will take a lot of books with you, or
Maybe movies.
yeah,
uh, so yeah, I mean, I didn't really prepare. I think I'm gonna make a lot of rehearsal, and also I will have my piano in my room. So I mean, I will take an electronic piano so I can sing my song and I can rehearse. So I'm gonna be rehearsing, I think.
yeah, that's a good idea. Um, and apart from your delegation, can you bring someone to Rotterdam with you, or is that not allowed? Maybe a good friend or a
I,
partner or a
I would
parent?
have love. I would have loved to. I mean, for me, it's really sad that I cannot take my parents and my grandfather, especially in Rotterdam. But I mean, that's life. And but anyway, I mean, I have just my best friend who is coming because she's working for me. She's working for my mails and for those stuffs. And I mean, she's engaged by SRF, by the TV. So I mean, she
Mm.
works for me, and she's being, yeah, you know, we understood what I wanted to say. And so yeah, so she's gonna be here just because I mean she is working for me.
Okay, that's nice. So you will at least have someone who is
Yeah,
close.
that's cool.
Have you ever been in Rotterdam before, or will it be the first time?
It will be my first time because actually I was in the Netherlands last year, or no, 2 years ago. It was before Corona, 2 years ago, and yeah, but it was in Amsterdam, not Rotterdam. So I'm really
Okay.
hoping. I'm sure it's a beautiful city. I'm receiving a lot of people from Rotterdam writing to me per Instagram and sending me pictures from Rotterdam. So it looks really beautiful.
So maybe after the contest is over and quarantine is no longer necessary, you can discover the city a bit.
We will see if I have time, but I think I just have my go back home at like the 23rd, something like this. So the next
Ah,
day.
yeah, on Monday.
Yeah, so I'm not sure if I would really have the time to visit. But I think they organized a tour bus, something like this. Like we're gonna be able to see the city, I think, but just from a bus with my delegation only, and with something like this. I'm not so sure about that, but I think they wanted to organize that. So, and and it was, I think it was possible in the rules, but then I don't know if it will happen or not.
Okay, but even if it's from a bus, then you have already seen at least something.
Exactly, and that would be cool. Yeah.
Um, your uh, your video clip, I just want to ask something about that. It's very atmospheric, very spectacular. Will we recognize it in the stage performance, or
Uh, no, really. to be honest, because I did the live on tape before the video, and I wanted to. I mean, when we did the live on tape, and when we tried to make like to build the performance, I didn't want to change everything because of the video. Even if it's, I'm really happy of that video, because I mean I mean, that's my idea, so I'm super happy to see them for real becoming this. But yeah, I mean I didn't really like I didn't want it to change everything we built with Sasha Jean-Baptiste for the staging. So that's why normally there's no real connection between the video and the live performance.
Okay. You have mentioned your parents already, and they are from Albanian descent. How much Albania is there in you?
It depends. It depends on everything. I really think that I'm a puzzle, and I have some pieces from Albania, some pieces from Kosovo, and some pieces from Switzerland. And I just think that I mean, I just think that it depends. Sometimes it's more education, sometimes it's more food, sometimes it's more culture. Like, I have some pieces of every places, and I don't think I have one biggest than the other. There are just difference with different intensity, I think.
So that's the advantage of having roots in 3 countries. You can pick the best of each and make it your own.
Exactly.
Make it part of you.
Yeah, exactly. I think so. I really think so. For me, it's really something. I mean, I'm really feeling lucky that I have that possibility, because so I can learn other languages, so I can learn all like other cultures that are involved to me, and like I'm super happy.
So in Eurovision, is there an artist this year or another year who you would like to work together with?
Good question. Good question. I don't know. I mean, for me, when you want to collaborate with someone, you need to know it. You need to know that person before the collaboration. Because sometimes you have artists you really like, but then when you meet them, you're like, oh, I didn't imagine that the person was like this. I thought that person was more nice, and that's not the case. Or like those things. And I think that when you want to collaborate, the most important thing is is how much humanity you have on you. So you have in you. So if I just have to focus on the musical style, I would say Daddy Freyr from Iceland.
Okay.
Because I love the way he produces his music, and also I would love to have like a good time. And also I meet him, so I know like he's nice, and I mean, he's really kind and cool and talented. So yeah.
So maybe one day a collab between you and Daddy Freyr, or maybe he can mix your song one day. He has done a few Eurovision songs, so maybe one day he will do yours.
We'll see. We'll see.
And after Eurovision, you have taken part in Albania's Got Talent, I think, in a Swiss talent show, then The Voice in France, now Eurovision in the Netherlands. What's next?
Good question. What's next? My album, I think. Yeah. What's next? My album, and yeah, I really would like to release it at the end of this year, but I think I'm not sure if it's going to be possible, but otherwise it's going to be next year for sure. So yeah, my album.
So you're already working on an album?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
And I'm still at the beginning of the process. I mean, I have the songs, but I need to record them. I need to find the right producers to work on it and those things.
Okay. So and then hopefully maybe a European tour after the album is finished.
I mean, I hope so. I hope so. Why not? When I see the the road of Mahmoud, of Duncan, I can see like they really yeah, after Eurovision they could make those Europeans tour, and I can see like that it would be, I mean, I would be super honored if I have that possibility.
Okay. One last question, a question that I stole off my colleague, is just a random question. Name a useless talent that you have that we don't know of.
What?
A useless talent, so something that you can do that it makes no sense to have it, but you can do it.
Oh my god! I can make the chicken.
You can cook chicken.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how it sounds for like in computer, but like.
That's a good.
That's a good useless talent.
Yeah, you could have been a backing singer for Netta in 2018.
Exactly. Oh my god. Thank you for this interview and thank you for your time.
Yeah, thank you for your time and good luck in Rotterdam and with your album and everything else.